the coaching staff knows behind the scenes. That's just silly. I'm as ignorant as they come when it comes to football. So,
and they may not even know yet, right? How are we supposed to know what they haven't even decided on yet?
And it's very, very fluid throughout the season. You know, like what's working now may not work later. You know, so number 10, the final one on the list. This is a fun write-up, man. I'll tell you, these are questions I think are really important. Which fringe players and sleepers will make the roster? Every training camp produces surprise stories from players fighting for the final 53-man roster spots. These battles at the bottom of the roster are often as intense as those for starting jobs. The backup cornerback competition between Kalin King, Micah Robinson, and Kamal Hadden is one to watch, as are the depth battles in the running back room. Keep an eye on special teams, where value often secures roster spots. This is where undrafted rookies like Kentucky linebacker Jamin Dumas-Johnson or Georgia defensive tackle Nazir Stackhouse could make their mark. These fringe players are fighting for their NFL careers, creating some of camp's most compelling moments. Tim, that's why I get into preseason so heavy, man.
Yeah.
Watching these guys battle for those final 4 or 5 roster spots in the preseason is so much fun to me. It's almost like the only way I know to describe it, guys, is the feeling I get watching minor league baseball. Some people would say, Major League Baseball is so damn boring, I can't watch it. I couldn't imagine watching minor league baseball. Minor
league's way more entertaining.
It is, because these guys they're making nothing unless you're a golden.
They're playing for their lives, man.
Unless you're a golden bonus baby, first round pick, and got you a nice little signing bonus, and they just sent you to the minors to kind of, hey, let's get you on par, ready to go to the Major League Baseball. But man, watching those guys claw for their career is awesome. It's the same thing with college football. And what I love about college football right now, and I know many fans hate it, the NIL era, to me, it just took college football and it made it a minor league system.
Our Fighting Irish are doing just fine in the NIL era, aren't they?
They are. And people were like, the Irish will struggle because they've got all these standards and they won't pay money, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, Marcus Freeman, man. Marcus Freeman's a real deal. That's a lot of fun watching him coach. But yeah, and shout out to Jagasol breaking his arm. I think it was. He broke his arm on the UTV. Anyway,
I thought it was a leg or knee or something.
We're trying to talk Packers, and you and I are going to go into a Notre Dame rant. So anyway, but it's in terms of these battles, Tim, the Kalin King, Micah Robinson, Kamal Hadden battle, I'm really excited because that's going to determine which one's going to be that dime back, right? I mean, when you think about it, you've got, and in no particular order, but these guys are making the roster. Carrington Valentine, Keyshawn Nixon, Nate Hobbs, Javon Bullard as a backup slot. Okay, so let's take Javon Bullard and go, okay, let's just count him as a safety. So you got 3.
Let's put him in the safety room where he belongs.
2 of these 3 guys are going to make the roster. My bet is on Kalin King and Micah Robinson with Kamal Hadden going to the practice squad. How do you see that one, Tim?
That would be, not to be boring, but I agree. And then I guess the only ones I'd keep an eye on beyond that would be Baldwin or Kazir Brown. But I think you're right. I think it's probably going to be King Robinson, and then Kamal Hadden to the practice squad. I agree.
Okay. And then as far as Jamin Dumas-Johnson, it would take him just absolutely going ape crap in camp and preseason. I see him as practice squad as best. And then with Georgia defensive tackle Nazir Stackhouse along with Warren Brinson, I think Warren Brinson gets the edge because he's a draft pick. And I think that Nazir Stackhouse has a chance to make the roster, long shot, but they'll probably try to stash him on the practice squad, I would imagine. But cornerback room seems to be the fun part there. H.E. Solder says the CBA limiting padded practice time in the 3 preseason games really limits the long shot guys making the roster. It has taken a lot of buzz out of it, Solder. I completely agree, man.
Imagine when we go to to an extra regular season game and we go to 2 preseason games. It's going to be even more difficult.
And that's coming too. I think Adam Schefter said the other day, he said, I don't have any inside information, which typically means he's got inside information. He said, we're about 2 to 3 years away from that's what I think. So
I believe it.
I welcome it. As long as you don't get more than 20, I'm okay with it. You get more than 20 games and the games aren't going to have as much of an impact, in my opinion. The thing that makes the National Football League so awesome is every single game counts, man. Like it's such a tightrope there. In terms
I really feel for the coaches in that scenario almost more than the players, right? I mean, you're trying to whittle a roster down to 53 guys and get ready for, what's ultimately going to be, like you said, a 18, 19, 20 game season potentially. Those preseason games are gold for a coaching staff. It's your only chance to get real-time evaluation against live action. It's tough.
Yeah, definitely. Dave Fish says cornerback Bo Melton. I can't tell if he's joking or not, Tim. But
it's a joke for now, but if it starts getting some legs and gets real, we could be talking a little differently a month from now, right?
Yeah, and I'm in the camp when it comes to Bo Melton. I'm in the camp that's just they were shorthanded at corner that practice. I think it was just one practice they did it, right? It might have been two, but we'll find out in camp. Training camp hits. If they continue to do it, then we know it's a real thing, right? But for me, I think they were a little light at corner for that practice, and I think it's more about the writing's kind of on the wall for Bo. I could be wrong. I love Bo as a person, man. I mean, that dude is awesome, unbelievable human being. But
cheese curds make my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though.
It kind of feels like he's on the outside of the receiver room looking in with what we've got. Unless, of course, he beats Mecole Hardman out for that final spot. That could happen, right? But I think it's more of, hey, let's see if we can get some extra added value if he can play corner. And I will say this. I'm going to be that fan for a second. And this is embarrassing, but I'm going to do it. Watching their footwork drill at that little mini camp that somebody was filming from the sideline on, I went, damn, Bo Melton got better feet than any of the other quarters. You can see the foot speed, and that's what 40-yard dashes truly test. And the reality is he's got a faster 40-yard dash than Christian Watson. So
the reality is it's not crazy at all, right? We've seen this happen before. Receivers become corners become receivers, back and forth. I mean, it happens. It's not super common, but it does happen. Hell, we're talking about Jair. Jair was a receiver his whole life before he became a corner. So it's not that crazy. And I think it's both of those two scenarios, Clay. I think it was Ja was released, right? We had a few mini camp practices, and it may have been just one of those ideas of what the hell? See, let's have Bo run with the DBs and let's see what he can do. And who knows? It could be a two-pronged approach. Keep him on this football team in some way, shape, or form. But I don't know. I would probably take Mecole Hardman right now over Bo, but talk to me after 3 weeks of training camp, right?
Yeah, and again on the roster, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cornerbacks entering camp. That'll get trimmed down really quick because that's way too many bodies in the cornerback room. The reason Bo Melton got those reps is, if I remember correctly, Nate Hobbs had to miss for personal reasons, and there was someone else that was banged up as well, a little bit injured. So they're like, hey, let's see if we can get Bo Melton some reps here. Again, I personally think it's a last-ditch effort to see if Bo can make the roster with a little extra added value. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm as Ricky Bobby said, I'm too drunk to taste that chicken as it sits right now. I don't think Bo Melton's going to be the cornerback that some people think he is. It's a fun story, though.
It is. I agree. I think he's got a much better chance by, showing up as a explosive return man or something, and we can finally get Jaden Reed the hell out of the return room. And, that might be some competition there for, a guy like Mecole Hardman or some of these younger guys too. So,
yeah. H.E. Solder said King had a wrist. There you go. I knew there was multiple injuries that caused them to, be a little shorthanded there for sure. So thank you for that info there. We got A-Fam's mom in the house now. Lord have mercy.
A-Fam's mom.
Chuck Jagger's all caps. Mommy. Unbelievable. All right. Robert Bertana says, what do you think about bringing in Stefon Gilmore? Tim, I don't hate that idea, man. You got a veteran. Now, listen, what's the price and proper expectations? Stefon Gilmore, for the people that think Dontavion Wicks is not a good receiver, he cooked Stefon Gilmore in the playoffs 2 years ago when he was in Dallas. So if it's a dime back or maybe a 6 DB, I like it. A little veteran, former defensive player of the year when he was with New England, right? But he's not walking through that door to contribute as a number 1 or a number 2 corner, in my opinion. I don't think so.
No, and if he's down to take, $1 million or something, then like you said, maybe it happens. But I would just I I would think if we were at that point, then, there may be some truth to what Allgood was saying earlier. Then we might be really looking to fill a void, right? If you're going to bring an aging veteran like that in at, hopefully a sweetheart deal, it probably does mean you're having some depth issues. I'd rather see a Micah Robinson step up or a Kalin King step up and not have to bring in another veteran to steal progress from some of our younger guys.
Yeah, for sure. And see, Freddie Roper says the way Wicks cooked Gilmore, hell nah. And then Chris says, yeah, progress stopper. That's exactly what it is. Especially if Kalin King is going to take a step, right? Like you said, if he takes Kalin King's reps, then
Tim hated that idea when I suggested it last season. Yeah, still hate it now.
Still hates it. Again, man, on the backside, I wouldn't mind him being the 5th or 6th DB. That's minimum veteran cap hit. I think that Stefon Gilmore's knowledge of the game is probably better, as makes him a better player now than someone like a Kamal Hadden or a Kalin King. But again, we didn't get Kalin King on the field last year, to the best of my knowledge, right? You're not going to do it again if you bring in someone like that. So I love that we're thinking in that regard, though.
Yeah.
With Gilmore and other players. And here's the other thing too, guys. As camps, wrap up, you're going to see a lot of players get cut too.
Yep.
It's a reality as well. So, yeah.
And, as a DB, though, I mean, the experience and the knowledge is great. And obviously you're not going to be a starter or second-tier guy. But if you're at the point where your body's not doing what your brain's telling it to do anymore, I mean, Richard Sherman was a hell of a corner, all-time, one of the top all-time great corners, and we got tape of him getting cooked left and right his last season in the league. So I'm just saying, I'd rather let the kids play, as they say. That would be my opinion on the matter.
Definitely. All right, in conclusion here, so there are the 10 massive questions hanging over the Packers' pivotal training camp, from the overhaul cornerback room to new playmakers and a tweaked defensive scheme. The next few weeks will provide the first answers. The path to a successful 2025 season is uncertain, but that's what makes camp compelling. Expectations in Green Bay are always high, and it starts now. What are your biggest questions for the Packers? Is there a player you'll be watching closely? Let us know in the comments, and we appreciate y'all watching this segment, watching this video. So, Tim, let's wrap this thing up, man. You got anything else for me here tonight, man?
Lombardi's coming home, baby. Book it. There's way too early prediction. Spoiler alert, it's the same one I have every preseason, every single year.
I love it, too. There's no shame in your game, man. I absolutely love it. Again, when we did this earlier, last year I said 10 to 13 wins. Ain't that what I said, Tim? Yeah, it was 10. I think it was 10 to 13. Yeah, 10 to 13 wins, what I predicted last year. We finished with 11. This year, I took it one game where I said 11 to 14 wins is where I'm at this year. So I kind of feel like we might be able to hit that 12.
And I've got us going 14-3 again. Big shocker.
Hey, that's it, man. There you go. Chuck Jagger says, great show today. Chuck, thank you so much for being a part of it, buddy. You are absolutely awesome, man. Everybody in the chat, y'all were great, man. It's so much fun talking ball. I love that we've got a group that we can agree, we can disagree, we can kind of hash it all out, and everybody be respectful in the chat. We get a little snarkiness every now and again. I'm bad about it too. I'm Irish, got to get that out of your system every now and again. But I just love what we've created here as a group, man. It's been an absolute blast. So also keep in mind, we are giving the autographed Dorsey Levens jersey away this coming weekend. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get that list put together. And we'll get ready to give that away in the name of My Autism Connection. So with that being said, guys, we are out of here. We'll see you tomorrow night, PTA Live, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll try to work in the Christian Watson Chalk Talk, guys. We got Christian Watson Chalk Talk. We got top 5 best Packer players going into 2025, like my top 5 list of here are the 5 players I think are the best players on the roster, if you will. We got a Savion Williams article that's up on Patreon. You guys go check it out, study it. We're going to tie in a Savion Williams Chalk Talk to that episode. We've also got a Rashawn Gary Chalk Talk where I'm telling you, Tim, I had to cut out like 20 plays off that Chalk Talk. If I'd have put all those plays up, we would have finished with 40 plays that were worthy of making Chalk Talk for Rashawn Gary. It was a lot.
We'd have had to do 2 different shows on that, right? We could have broke it into 2 separate shows.
Definitely. So, all right, man. Let's get out of here, Tim. Thank you for your time. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Central. Again, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Feel free to check out our Patreon group, patreon.com/PackerFan Total Access. Or if you're not familiar with Patreon, just click that join tab here on YouTube. That'll get you entered into the giveaways. We got some really cool giveaways coming up here. Some autographed Luke Musgrave rookie cards. We got some Josh Jacobs jersey patch cards. It's going to be really, really cool. So appreciate everybody's support. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a wonderful evening.
Here we go. We out.
Bye, guys.